hate to break the fishing news after Chuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Is that your pro tip?
So Jay is chewing a piece of gum and he just said, "Oh, didn't spit out my gum." I said, "Swallow it." And you look at me like I'm crazy. Just swallow your gum. You're an adult.
Doesn't digest for 5 years.
That's what you tell dumb little kids who will believe anything.
Is that not true?
5 years? My whole stomach would be gum. I'm always swallowing gum.
Oh my God.
That's really bad.
Is that what they teach you at radio and television school?
Is swallowing gum bad? Although chewing gum is designed to be chewed, not swallowed, it generally isn't harmful if swallowed. Folklore suggests that swallowed gum sits in your stomach for 7 years before it can be digested, but this isn't true. If you swallow gum, it's true. Your body can't digest it.
Yeah, but there's all those. Okay, so there's all those things. If you leave your eyes crossed too long, they'll stay like that.
Yeah, and if you eat carrots, you can see at night.
Is that cup empty over there, BM?
Yep.
There you go.
No, not my. Oh, yeah, that one. There's one piece of a Dorito in there.
You guys heard the one where it's bad luck to put a hat on a bed?
Or talk with gum in your mouth?
Or wear a hat.
It's already like mush.
Oh.
Or
it's not good gum.
No, my dad used to say if you wear a hat at the dinner table, your kids will be born deaf. I don't know how he made that leap.
That's an interesting one.
I loved how on ONE I was talking about how stressed I was for the game, and your dad was like, "Why don't you enjoy a cigarette?"
Yeah, my dad commented on the live show and was like, "Have a smoke." It's like, well,
the cure-all. If that was the cure-all, we'd all be smoking right now.
I can use one.
I bet you can.
Yep.
I bet you can.
Can you imagine being like around back in the day and you're like, I don't know, should I smoke? And dads are like, mm-hmm. You're
Dr.
like,
Rats, no less.
Yeah.
Not only should you smoke, your kids should be smoking too.
Did you see the movie The King's Speech? To correct his speech, they got him smoking.
Makes
Back
sense.
in the day at Eton, the like fancy school in England, if kids didn't smoke as young as 5, they were flogged because it was considered a gentleman's habit you should pick up.
Oh my God.
They're like, I don't want to smoke. They're like, oh no.
I like that you used to be able to smoke on planes.
Yeah.
You name it.
You could
Sitting in class.
Dude, you could smoke in the maternity ward. When
Fucking
Wanya
right.
Jr. was born, I was talking to the lady who worked there, and she's like, when I started as a nurse, people walked around the maternity ward selling smokes.
If you get on
Get your smokes here.
Yeah.
if you get on an airplane that still has the cigarette, the ashtray, and the armrest, do you feel like you're really unsafe all of a sudden?
Yeah, that plane.
Yeah,
Like that plane is
old.
way too old to be
It's
flying.
like 40 years old.
I even think about when I used to be able to go to like Iron Horse and be able to buy cigarettes on the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Good living.
Or behind the bar. They used to sell them straight up behind the bar.
Oh, yeah.
I don't they don't have Canadian classics.
That's all you need.
The thing we need here is what they have in Southeast Asia, where you can just buy a couple of singles if you want.
Oh, just pop one or two out. Don't need the whole
Single
pack.
darts at the old bodega, eh?
Yeah, just a couple of darts.
And a big drum over the till.
I don't need a whole pack all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Just a
commitment
single.
pack.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And then
I think I'm officially done having a cigarette ever.
Remember when
You're
cigarettes were
done drunk cigs?
Oh,
I haven't seen you.
I
When's
don't
the last time you had a
believe you.
cigarette? 20 years ago?
I had one with him not long ago.
How was it?
terrible.
Oh.
It is. They're always terrible.
Kind of okay for a brief moment, and then everything after terrible.
It's just in the moment. Love a good trip dart. They don't count.
Oh, the
Yeah.
action of smoking.
The action
is
of
so
it.
awesome.
The next
So cool.
morning, as part of the hangover, though, the mouth, the
Yeah,
the smell.
I'm
in the
curious
hand.
about remember when we were young and cigarettes were like $10 a pack? There was 25 in there, but you'd pay if you were needed a single cigarette and you were going to buy one off of somebody, you would pay them $1.
Yeah.
Right.
Buck a
Making the pack work $25.
Yeah.
Well, packs are $25 now.
I was going to say.
Has
yeah.
inflation?
Toonie.
Here's the thing. Inflation has to have risen the price of a single cigarette, but
Is a pack of darts 25?
25
So when-
demand is way lower because nobody smokes anymore.
When I was 18, 19, and I lived at home, I liked to go play Sports Select at the local gas station. Of
course.
And I'd ride my bike to go do it, get some exercise. And I'd literally be like leaving the house. I'd be like, I'm going to the corner store. And my dad would give me $20 and be like, pack of cigarettes too. So there's a guy working at the Max by my house. His name's Ayasu.
Still there?
Probably. I haven't been there in a long time, but he was there for a long time. Sometimes if my ticket paid out enough, if I did like a crazy parlay that was like 2 into 1,000, he'd like leave the sheet. He'd play it himself. We'd squad ride. Anyways, he'd probably just be like, who is this degenerate baby-faced 18-year-old coming in every second day buying a pack of smokes and playing like $10 in sports
cigarettes too.
Back in the day, my mom used to send me to the store with a note as a child, and they'd be like, I want cigarettes. This is my son and some money.
My mom tried that with me once, and it was very embarrassing because I was so for it. So I'm like, sweet, I get to go and be an adult.
Keep the change too.
Walk in, show the note. They're like, I can't sell you cigarettes. It's one of the most embarrassing experiences of my life.
Small town stuff.
This is in Edmonton, downtown Edmonton.
Yeah, small town. I grew up in a small town. It flies there.
Like, we know you're
because they knew your mom. They're like, yeah, we can verify she is a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never seen you out back of the store hacking a butt.
No, not
so
yet,
you had
anyway.
that.
That was down the line. That was decades down the line.
How old? I think I would have been. This is before I left downtown. So how old are you in grade 6, 11, 10?
9, 10.
So I'm like
11, 12.
9-ish.
in grade 6.
No, you're like 12.
I left to the West End for grade 6. I was a downtowner until the end of grade 5. So this would have
you
been
were like 9, 10, 11.
Playing asphalt
In that-
soccer at Grandin.
yeah.
Asphalt. So.
I used to think the kids who went to school there were like basically in prison because they didn't have lawn, but they'd play soccer. And I'd drive by and be like, how can you play soccer on asphalt?
Yeah. The field was asphalt.
How did you play soccer on asphalt?
Everyone got scraped knees. Everyone.
The injured reserve.
We'd play kickball, we'd play soccer, and we'd play soccer against the teachers, and they'd just like check us. Anytime we played sports against the teachers growing up, it was like they wanted to exact their dominance because they're just way bigger than us.
You know that Canadian show like Gary D or whatever, Jerry D.
Yeah.
There's
Mr.
a clip
D.
of him playing street hockey or floor hockey with his kids, like the kids in his class, and it's one of the funniest things ever. He's just like calling for the ball, just steals it, fucking snipes on him, selling it in their face, and then like one kid tries to change the rules. He's going crazy. That's what teachers were like back in the day.
Some of my biggest
Straight up.
injuries come from this exact same teacher. One playing floor hockey. So in intramurals, if you won floor hockey, you got to play the teachers in like the final. Like,
Oh, yeah.
shit.
I remember doing that too.
And my God, the body checks. Mr. Lynch, I can't remember his first name. Mr. Lynch at SBS school. If you're still around, man,
Fuck
you were a prick. But I also loved him as a teacher, but he was too intense. And then there was that he would just crush guys. And then we did a flag football game against the teachers.
Uh-oh. Marshawn showed up.
And
Marshawn
he
Lynch?
rocked me into another guy so much so like I still have like a lifelong reminder of this hit. Yes. Of this hit I took in junior high from Mr. Lynch.
Kids could use a little more of that these days.
I remember.
Yeah, all their fucking PD days.
I was just gonna say, I remember in junior
There's
high,
like 3 coming up.
I had my one gym teacher that would go hard in the paint. We were playing dodgeball, and he was heat seeking for faces. Faces were on the
that
table.
red ball.
Of course, I can smell it as it comes to my
I was
face.
just gonna say, I can hear the noise of it hitting something. Boink,
Ping.
Oh.
boink. When I was in one of the greatest sporting events I've ever attended in my life to this day was it was super, super cold when I was in grade 6 to the point that we couldn't go out for recess for like a week. And the teachers, for whatever reason, to entertain the kids, figured we just all go in the gym and watch epic floor hockey games between like the junior high kids against the teachers. And we did this for like a week. And the finale of the junior high kids, like Chuck Metcalf, remember him? All those boys played real sport, playing the teachers who were reasonably fit at the time. One of the greatest hockey games I've ever seen in my life. And I'll never forget when they won, we all just rushed on the court because the kids beat the teachers.
Yeah.
And like, man, they couldn't teach us shit after that.
It was over.
It was great.
Hmm.
Those kids were heroes after. We only had like 120 kids in our school. So they were walking down the hallway getting high fives for weeks for defeating the teachers.
I know we're all probably trying to
Avoid what's going on.
avoid it, but I've
Let's
got
keep talking about grade 6 floor
I've
hockey.
got-
There's no other hockey to talk
Yeah,
about.
Do you guys know the exact definition of deja vu because I'm living it right now?
You're having Chalmers, if you came to these shows more, it wouldn't feel like deja vu. You just
No, it's a constant deja vu. It's been going on for about 6 days now, 5 days. And it is the phenomenon of feeling as though one has lived through the present situation before. Okay.
Okay.
Let me give you a little,
Okay.
I'm looking at how this series versus Vancouver is going and started to think, I I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've done this.
Was it in the second round of last year's playoffs?
So I decided to go back to the second round of last year's playoffs. And I swear to you, it is so many similarities between what is happening right now and what happened last year at this time.
What? Goalie shits out, depth can't score?
The save percentages of old Stuart Skinner last year.
Oh no, you got notes.
Chalmers has notes.
Look at this.
This is never good.
This is remarkable.
Oh, no.
He was 848 in game 1, 968 in game 2, 826 game 3, 902, 818, 765. In game 3,
I
game
yearn
5,
for
and
those
game
numbers.
6, he was pulled after 2 periods for Jack Campbell, who went 900, 1,000, and 1,000. Aiden Hill, obviously we remember Laurent Brossois started that series. And Aiden Hill came in and game 2 and, only 20 minutes, but posted a shutout for those 20 minutes. In game 3, 4, 5, and 6 was 1,000, 879, 914, 950.
Pretty good.
I remember thinking, how are we going to have a year like we did with all the expectations and run into a rookie goaltender that is going to completely stonewall our team? And they did it. We lose in game 6. It fucking sucks. And we are literally living that again.
You know what sucks about it this time? Is that we're playing the Vancouver Canucks and not
Well,
the Vegas Golden Knights.
I also think Seelovs is totally beatable.
He's beatable.
They beat him 7 times yesterday on non-goals. Kane post, Derek Ryan post, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins post, Leon Draisaitl post, Connor Brown post, Derek Ryan chance in the crease he just couldn't muscle in, Corey Perry chance that beat him and then wasn't
Black
in. but-
mesh. Black mesh, baby.
They got the power play. So it's,
Zvelos out.
I know, but so the point is 7 chances beat Seelovs and didn't go in. Like they were, to Draisaitl's point, they were a hair unlucky in that whole thing.
They were just like an inch the other way. Those posts are going in. It sucks, but Eden Hill was straight up stoning the Oilers last year. I don't feel the same way with Seelovs.
Okay.
I agree.
it's a different version of what
In the third period, we outshot them. We outshot them 22-3.
Yeah.
But how-
High quality chances, 1-1.
Yeah.
But I also, those numbers I also find to be hilarious because not all high danger chances are marked properly.
Okay.
In my
That's a good
opinion.
point. Like a Draisaitl one-timer from the bottom of the circle doesn't get marked as high danger because to the system, it
Sure,
looks
but
the
it
exact
doesn't-
same as a wrist shot from there, right?
We can talk about an inch here, an inch there. It doesn't matter. What it does to the mentality of a player is it's devastating to be going this hard, to be out shooting a team 42 to, what was it, 17? 18?
But a lot of those shots were
45
right into
18.
the logo.
Sure, but
Or
it still
from the
doesn't. It
outside
still
and-
doesn't change. The
See, like, if you're
demoralization of it is still there,
Mhm.
and so what Vancouver's doing to us is they're mentally beating us and then physically
And
beating us.
physically beating us.
But the physically beating us is a result of the mentally in the first period.
Well,
Ekholm,
You win the mental battle.
disaster 20-second shift where he gets nailed again in the corner. The next shift he comes out, he gets a puck in the corner and he blindly throws it up the wall, quickly panicked because he sees guys coming. It goes up the wall, it goes back towards our net, and they score goal number 1. It is a giveaway because of the fact that, and Vancouver's done this, they come out and they nail us into the boards for the first 10 minutes of the game. They set a precedence. And after that, it calms down. It becomes a lot more not one-sided physical. The first 10 minutes is always one-side physical. It is Vancouver running us through the boards. Then the rest of the game, it slows down a bit from the hitting aspect. I think something needs to happen with our team toughness where they all get together and they look at each other and they say to each other, like, if we don't curb the ass kicking physically we take in the first 10 minutes and instead dish it, we're dead. We're dead. Matthias Amart comes out and he has a great shift where he fucking nails JT Miller. It's awesome. Bang.
After being interfered
Then
with
he
at the other
completely forgets where he is. And that, of course, a guy like JT Miller is going to be looking for him. He gets the puck, he turns around, and who is there to meet him head on for one of the biggest hits of the game? JT Miller. He proceeds to have a great shift, keeps the puck in, like battles along the wall. Yes, but when you're trying to gain that momentum of laying out a guy, got to keep your head on the swivel. You can't just like give it right back. You know what I mean?
The only time you can hit somebody is when you don't have the puck. The Oilers had the puck way more than the Canucks last night. They also fucked it all over the ice. They could not break out of their zone to save their lives in the first period.
That Warren Fogle giveaway.
The Warren Fogle giveaway is a 10-bell giveaway that
I can't believe he did it because like he had his head down when he did it. But also at that point, just given how it went, like Stu's got to make that save.
Stu's got to stop that.
But Stu's got to stop literally anything.
We talk about strong side and weak side when you're breaking out. You know, the strong side is obviously the spot where most of the people are from their team. There was 3 guys coming in on him.
Well, and
2 players and him breaking out that side.
The Oilers have no puck support on the breakout
like that.
They're flying the zone and parking themselves at the far blue line. I get that's probably a tactical decision, but it is not working. It is not.
If you also noticed when we are we gain control of their zone for the last half of that game. We are working it around at will. They're getting it out every so often, but they're not like pressuring us with 10-bell pressure. Even on that penalty kill, they were hardly moving. One guy, Tyler Myers, was basically at the top of the crease on one knee, basically trying to block anything that was to go across to Hyman, right? We're
getting outcoached.
We're panicking. Yes. It's just so not what I'm used to right now.
We're losing the physical battle. We have no goaltending and we have one line. That's our issue.
Goaltending and the one line thing are just massive problems.
But the intimidation factor, they're eating our fucking lunch.
I put this on.
LA did it too.
I put this on our group chat, and we have a group chat where we talk, and it was, you know, we need to send a message like first shift, second shift. We need to fight. We need Kane to go fight CC. We need. I made some pairings that I would love to see fights. I would love to see Darnell Nurse fight Joshua because Joshua is running around out there hammering our team. I would like to see Carrick inserted into the lineup over Derek Ryan. He's not playing terrible, but
I want Derek Ryan still in the. That guy is.
Okay, then Connor Brown. I mean, pick.
D. Ryan is.
Carrick go out there and challenge JT Miller to a fight, and then in the battle we'd all love to see, you get big ol' Zadorov versus Desharnais in a fight. Hold these guys who are killing us physically accountable.
Why can't the Oilers do any of that the same?
Oh, because the guys in the bottom 6 right now.
Great question.
Corey Perry, I get secondhand embarrassment trying to watch him play hockey. He's been
struggling.
the worst player on the ice for 32 years.
No,
he sucks. He can't skate. He does nothing. He can't skate, can't hit, hasn't mixed it up once after the whistle, has one good scoring chance in 8 games.
Bag Milk, can you press fast forward on this podcast to get past this part where they're shitting on the Oilers?
I'm gonna say something here. I agree. Corey Perry is struggling mightily right now, and it is hard to watch because you wanted him to be a guy that was going to come in and be a playoff performer. Yeah. I'm going to give something right now that is not popular. And we talked about it on our little real life group chat. But if you guys don't see it now, then I don't know. Then you are way too in love with this player. And this is why it's an unpopular take. But Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is doing a disappearing act for all time.
Let me ask you who's not.
Leon looks great.
Connor
looks great.
Zach Hyman was
Zach Hyman looks great.
Through the rest of the lineup.
Okay. Fogel had, other than that, there was that
other
one.
than the worst giveaway of the playoffs.
So hold on.
There was a rush where Fogel got the puck and people where I was watching were like, I thought that was McDavid.
Yeah.
So Fogel.
And he punched a guy while he was in the bench and negated a power play because he's a.
Okay. Here's an all-time great play by Perry. Did you see him holding everybody back? Trying to hold everybody back from punching Zadorov there?
He couldn't hold back Fogel.
Didn't. No, he didn't. But that's a soft call. So I thought both of them were kind of soft, but when you hit a guy into the bench, that's one thing. When you continuously try to push him in. Now, was somebody holding on to Zadorov? I don't know. Maybe holding him to keep him there. Maybe that's why he was fighting to get free and making it look like he was actually just pushing Kane more into the bench. It didn't matter. That's an easy call to make, but the bench minor, I mean, the refs were kind of killing us last night a little bit. I don't like to bitch about refs.
So hold on. You just chirped Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Bag Milk. Your comeback was all the Oilers suck.
No, I'm saying like I don't disagree that Nugent needs to be better. He's collecting apples like crazy, but he needs to score. But that also can be said about 9 of the 12 forwards.
Why don't we diss Vancouver and not our own? It'd be like the Nuge sucks. It'd be like 12 Canucks suck more than the Nuge.
When I understand the way of coming back at me is to say, well, everybody's doing it. But that's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is not everybody. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has scored 100 points in a season.
Yeah.
He is.
How many does he have this playoff run?
I have no idea.
How many are power play?
How many are power play?
Nobody's scoring at 5-on-5.
But
who is scoring at 5-on-5?
That's what we need him for.
And that's not just shit on the Nuge.
Again, I'm just
I brought that up to just talk about the more systemic issue.
When I saw Nugent-Hopkins going in on a forecheck as the first guy, and the guy was the Vancouver defenseman was behind their net and was trying to make a decision as to where to go. Nuge came in from the right side. The dude went out left, and instead of following him, Nuge peeled off into the other corner and started back. That was 5-on-5. That is unfucking acceptable. He is not getting to the spots he needs. On the power play, his shot's not getting through. He lost the puck a couple times in the power play where he usually is great up against the wall. Listen, if you don't think it, then you just love this player way too much right now.
I'm not saying he's playing well. I'm just saying that you compared him to Mitch Marner in the group chat is what you did.
I believe that if he played on Toronto and we were in Toronto and Nugent-Hopkins wasn't as loved as everybody else, he would be getting shit on just as much as Mitch Marner was.
Probably not at $11 million. He doesn't make $11 million.
He's a $5 million player. Yeah. I also do love that for like 49 weeks of the year, Chalmers is like, enough with the Oilers shit. Who cares? Full Don Cherry mode now that it's playoffs. You're analyzing everything, baby. Let's go. I love it.
Because
I'm not saying he's playing well.
He needs
to pick it up. He's not the only one.
He was on my stinky boy list today.
Ryan McLeod. I love Ryan McLeod. He zeros across the board.
The expectations of this team has risen every year, over year, exponentially, and we are getting closer with every game to maybe the end of what we have here. I don't even want to talk about that, but that is applying the pressure of how devastating it would be to underachieve in the second round again.
Well, let's I want you to suspend that until after the series.
I'm just saying why I'm so goddamn invested and why I feel like
we gotta,
my heart rate monitor is about to break every game.
What you're bringing, there's a lot like Chalmers. we need some shit to get fixed.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to go down that path just yet.
Is that the game calling Bag Milk saying?
Is that Nuge calling?
Yeah.
Say fuck you guys. Sorry, Jer.
No. It's so like I like let's just get through this series and see what happens. But you know what's annoying, and this just goes back, and again I'll also park it for our postmortem whenever that is none of the guys we acquired at the deadline are playing. I know one is hurt.
And the other one just sucks.
And the other one just tells you we didn't do enough at the deadline.
I love how much Wanye hates this conversation.
I don't understand. Like, have we just given up on the season?
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're living in the moment.
The Oilers,
That's what we're doing.
The Oilers are the better team. And to quote Sheldon Keefe, Vancouver's playing away. Let's allowing Edmonton to beat themselves.
Vancouver was totally fine, just sitting back and we'll chip it out to the neutral zone. We'll chip it in deep, and
exactly.
you guys.
And did you see Tocchet being like, "Hey, this is our game plan. Just don't ice it anymore." He was getting so rattled at the. He's like, "Put it just past the red line, have it bounce a couple times, make them get it inside their blue line, turn and come back at us because we have an answer for that."
They're just letting us fucking implode on ourselves right now. So there's just a collective wake up that needs to happen because we need to be more assertive or tougher, and we need Stu or Cal. Is Cal our pal?
Well, I'll get to that in a second in a different segment.
We need more from people not named Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman.
Yep.
What about Bouchard?
Oh, he's been electric. This is cementing him as a
so mad.
Bouchard on the points is fine. Bouchard getting points, he's totally fine with
He's
that.
been their most engaged defenseman in every scrum in this series.
Scrums,
which is also a concern.
But that is great for him because it's not like he's just doing the bare minimum. He's getting in that shit.
Daryl, wake up Ekholm, wake up CC, wake up Vinny, Kulak, whatever.
Kulak, I'm totally fine with Kulak.
Fine, but
I got nothing bad to say about him right now.
Like our forwards they're getting worked.
Yep.
They're getting worked. And you can talk about that play at the end of the game. But once again,
do you think that Dylan Holloway, when he's on the ice, he's playing really well? Like he's
he just
getting
said
knocked
something
out
powerful when he's on the ice.
when he's on the ice.
Eric
So
Ryan and Matthias Janmark, two of our best players on the ice last night, not getting played. Fucking lean into this right now. Lean into them.
You can't play.
You got
Connor
horses
Leon
running.
30 minutes.
and it's funny you say that we get out coached because Talkett's obviously a great coach, and Nobby's done an
Yeah, he's
amazing
great.
job
He's
this
gonna
year.
make some adjustments.
That getting them extra. I was shocked who we had out after the goal with a minute 12 seconds. I was like, what are we doing? We're down 1. We got a minute 12. And then he goes, he had a plan.
Oh, if they would have tied the game, that would have been an all-time coaching move.
So what I didn't understand, which I get now, is like, so when you do that goalie change, obviously you get some time. But why wasn't he allowed to change?
Because they're already at the face-off dot. Like,
Okay. Because they didn't really explain it. I didn't look too far into it, but I was like, but obviously, even they said on the broadcast, Craig was like, well, look for a quick change here. They got it. But like, that was just a heady play in the moment, in a really tense moment. You could tell Nobby's got his head on him. So dude, just like, I haven't lost faith in this team.
I'm mad. I'm just thoroughly disappointed. Because if we would have got that third period in game 1, you win that game, even though we didn't play our best. And last night we didn't play our best and we were still in the mix. But like some point we got to wake up here. Vancouver has got the book on us right now.
If the Oilers had anywhere close to a 900 save percentage, they're up 3 games.
If they had an 870, our boy NHL Sid, you said this to me earlier,
So
did the math.
there's that. And if we stop giving away the puck in our own zone, and if the bottom 9 can start fucking contributing.
Fuck, how sad is it that we say bottom 9?
Well, you have to.
I know. It's so sad,
if
though.
you decide to put in Stetcher, would you take out CC? Who'd you take out?
Okay, I want to get to the lineup decisions in a bit,
Okay.
but first we're going to step aside for a quick break. All right, our new segment is brought to you by Great Clips. With more than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada, Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand and official hair salon of the NHL. Salons are locally owned and operated and open 7 days a week, and your time is valuable, which is why you can use the Great Clips check-in app to see the wait times, check in on your phone, and get your haircut when you want. For more information, check out greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's going to be great. The segment is to keep or cut, and we will start with the goalie, Stuart Skinner. Are you keeping him in, or are you cutting him for Calvin?
I'm going 6 skaters, no goalies.
I am cutting.
You're going Calvin?
Yes. Team played great in front of Calvin. That's what I want.
And to be fair, they did have a bit of a history during the regular season of locking her down in front of Pickard.
Well, that's what you have to lean into.
Yeah, that's what Vancouver's kind of done. That was like the whole my point of like Tyler Myers being on his knee. They don't want pucks to get through to this guy because you start shelling him. He's young enough where maybe his confidence would get shattered.
Well, you
right?
could argue that we did shell him last night. You could argue it.
Yeah, from the outside.
Yeah,
Not
I don't mind like a bunch of the shots from the outside, but like put them down on the pads. Don't
Get a rebound.
right
yeah.
at the chest.
but a lot of them aren't
goal.
getting through. Lot of blocked shots.
But then we're talking about shot attempts. Shots actually count as shot on goals.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
So to stick with the segment, keeping or cutting Stu? Yeah, if you're Chris Knobloch, who are you starting?
see. It's a huge decision in my books because if you keep him and he does this again, then it's a huge hole.
Yeah.
If you don't, and Calvin Pickard doesn't play any better, and you have to go back to Stu, well, now you really don't have another choice.
The decision's going to make or break their season.
I
What are you doing?
believe.
Where do you sit? Where do you sit?
I saw a
It's
tweet.
essentially
I saw a tweet today that said that
Tomorrow
Stuart Skinner
is a must-win game.
is the worst save percentage, worst playoff performer
in the salary cap.
in the
era.
salary cap era. I saw that.
Hold on, what?
Of
Frank
all-
Saravalli wrote an article at Daily
Who?
Face Off today.
Where? Go on.
There is no goalie since the salary cap was implemented with worse numbers than Stuart Skinner
In the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So Cal's your pal?
No, I'm going with the
Okay,
mustache. He's
my
an
answer-
all-star. We go with the guy.
My answer is we stay with Stu.
Yes.
So we got 2 Stews, a Calvin.
I'll go with Pickard. I don't trust Stu at all.
What the fuck?
At all.
Ah,
I'm gonna remember this bag milk. I'm gonna remember this
Fine.
for 3 weeks.
Fine.
I think I am so torn. It is honestly such a hard decision. And as much as I want to say there might not be a
I'll
wrong
go
answer.
Jack Campbell over Stu.
No.
Do we
Take that
do we
back.
know anything about like have we seen? I have not.
Take that shit back.
But like
I
Calvin
just think he needs a
Pickard,
night off.
is he the type of guy that's going to come in here. Like when we first saw Stu, we thought, man, this guy's cool. He's collected. Doesn't seem like he gets phased very easy. Well, that isn't exactly a plus for him right now because it's not really helping. I don't even know how to say it. Seelofs. We talked about him being too young to understand the position he's in, right? Which is like ignorance is bliss. And he comes in and just stands as, does Calvin Pickard have that in him? What is he like?
He's a vet.
I hear he's a beauty. What are you taking?
Yeah, what are you doing? Come on, coach.
So I go back to Stu, and here's my thinking. If you go back to Stu and it goes great, you're fucking back.
You're good. You're back.
It's a 2-2 series. Your guy's got his swagger back. You did it on home ice, so the crowd's chanting Stu. He feels awesome about himself. We're ready to go back and win 2 of the final 3 and take this thing, okay? If you go with Stu and it goes poorly, then your decision's made. You're going to Calvin. And then if Calvin Pickard's meant to get you back in the series, he'll do it in game 5 onward. If you go with...
Or you have to win the next 3.
Yeah. But again, at that point, you need Pickard your decision's made. If it goes bad with Pickard, if it goes well in game 4 with picks and you win, it's 2-2. Now it's still a storyline. It's like, okay, you rested Stu. Maybe Pickard gave up 3 goals and you won 5 or 6-3.
Picks.
But then it's like, at some point to win a cup, you probably need Skinner to be your guy again. So it's like this awkward balance, I think.
Why? There's so many.
Because when he's hot, he's a top 10 goalie in the league.
Regular season.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven in the playoffs.
I know. But
it's either 1,000. It's either 1,000 save percentage or under 900.
The sample size is massive.
Against the Canucks this season alone, Skinner is 1-4-0 in 6 games with a goals against average of .404 and a save percentage of .850.
We have to win.
Not good.
We have to.
I know,
win.
but
and it's not even like
Yep.
I don't even want to be dumping on Stu any more than I have. We got it. We have to win the series.
Question.
But if it goes,
There's so many like when Caps won, they did a goalie swap.
But it was swapping to Braden Holtby, not Calvin
Who was
Pickard.
struggling in the regular season.
I know, but he had a higher ceiling Vezina guy.
Well, it doesn't
Calvin
matter. It's the
Pickard.
right
You don't
now.
think
Keep going, Jay. Tell me more. Tell me more examples. Is there more examples? I like it.
Yeah,
You're trying to sway me here.
There's Fleury, Matt Murray.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What? Who's Matt Murray right now?
Well, now, yeah, but like
This is Calvin Pickard's time. So are you happy with what's happening? You want the definition of insanity to occur again? It's just
2 years in a row, man.
It's like you gotta rip the Band-Aid off.
Bag milk, you take back that Jack Campbell.
I still believe that he sleeps.
And I'm also hoping,
I am talking crazy.
I'm hoping the team plays different.
Knobloch sleeps
That's the
better
other
at
thing. I want
night.
the team to play different.
If we do, which I fucking can't even say without feeling some sort of way, but if we're not successful in this series, you sleep at night better knowing you stuck with Stu, or you sleep better at night going down with Pickard knowing Stu's passed. Right? Like that's how you have to look at something.
I ride with my guy. I'm loyal.
Does he also,
You gotta win the series.
he obviously talks to his assistant coaches. He talks to the goalie coach, but he pulls in Connor for a conversation about this. What do the
100%.
boys want?
Yeah.
Do you feel like
Right?
the boys
He
are
does, right?
confident in front of him right now?
It's gotta be
What's that?
whatever Connor chooses, I support.
Do you feel like the boys are confident in front of him right now?
No, I don't see how you could be.
I don't think they're playing well enough to blame
Fogle was
them.
extremely confident to just hand over a
Yeah.
beautifully light crust pizza.
Oh,
he
well,
did.
Fogel thought maybe that would spark Skinner. He's like, you know what? Give us a big save here. We're right back in it.
I don't think the team's playing well enough
Like,
to
can
be
we-
worried
like-
about the goaltending at the moment. I think it's a 23-man problem, not Jack Campbell 22.
No, I'm just talking crazy.
But
about
we're
Jack
scoring
Campbell.
enough to win every game.
Yeah, I just like
Right.
Especially the
he's
last
got a
two.
793.
Can we
Three games.
stop all this Oilers slander for 3 minutes and I'll tell a
It's
positive
not-
story?
No,
Slander,
we'll
though.
flip to this, but we have to just look at it for what it is right now. Like
I'm just a sad boy.
Shh.
I'm a
Stop always
sad
giving
boy.
up bullshit.
I'm not
Nobody's
giving up.
giving
anything.
up.
I'm just a sad boy today.
You can't take this as giving up. This is not giving up.
This
What
is
this
This
constructive.
guy wants to start Jack Campbell.
That's me talking crazy. Stop feeling crazy, man.
That's one of the wildest things I've heard.
Thank you.
So last night I'm waiting in line to go. I've only been to 2 games this year, so I am extremely excited to go to this game. When you have it in short supply, any game is exciting. This is what I found.
Yep.
Get to the game, standing in line, looking at everybody, looking at everything, and then I just sense a shift in the room. Like something's happening. I can feel it. And I turn around and the Oilers wags are coming in, the wives and girlfriends. And I swear to God, it's like drumline. They're basically marching to sing, and they're all wearing matching leather jackets.
Wag jackets.
I didn't know, Tyler. And then I locked eyes with her. Lauren Kyle, my queen. And I don't know if it was the lighting in the arena or she had like some sort of wind machine with her. Her hair was blowing J-Lo style. In that moment where we locked eyes, I ascended to a higher level of existence. Lauren Kyle, you're my absolute queen in person with all the wags around her and the leather jackets. Woo. I don't know, man. Connor's done well. It was a moment. I'll tell you. I've seen the wives and girlfriends before, but Lauren Kyle and Celeste was there too, and their matching jackets.
Maybe they should suit up and play.
This team has more to it. My point being, these are women of character that our Oilers are attracting and keeping long term. This team should not be counted out. Jack Campbell, I didn't see Mrs. Campbell in that line. I'll tell you what, I saw Mrs. Fogle. She was there.
She might have been there.
No.
When my sons have a bad game and we get in the car and I inevitably start in on them, telling them all the things they did wrong, it's not because I've given up on them. It's because I know they have more in the tank and I know that they have more to give. And I'm trying to help them be better as a player, as a person, and as a teammate.
If you don't,
and that's why we have to sit here and say the things that
Not
we have
giving
to
up at all.
say.
This
What's
first
that?
period,
Never giving up.
This
Never
first
giving up.
period of Game 4 is going to define who the Oilers are.
It will define the Connor McDavid era.
which Tyler has said is ending.
And
Yes.
Chalmers.
Just quickly, Jack Campbell hasn't played a hockey game in 21 days. He gave up 5 goals in an American League playoff game.
Is that bad?
Maybe not the guy.
What
talking
is
crazy.
our fucking problem that all these teams seem to be able to find third, 4-string goalies that come in and play amazing, and we can't even find a top guy?
It's not the Wags. They're fighting fit.
Mhm.
They look great.
It ain't their fault.
Mm-mm. Well, there you go. Anyone else you are looking to cut from the lineup for our friends at Great Clips before we wrap up? Any changes you want to make up front?
You got to see if Carrick can bring some juice.
Cut Carrick for
Can
Brown.
we get an
I'd do
update
that.
on Henrique? What's his status right at this moment?
He played in Game 3.
Played
Didn't he?
game
Yeah.
3.
He played under 12 minutes, game 3.
Can I play your haircut?
Sorry, played game 2.
Sorry, game 2. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Wait,
Yeah, who do you
where are
wanna
we
cut?
at?
Who do you want to cut?
If you cut Stu Skinner and don't start him, he can't be your goalie next year, man. You
Yes.
can't have your starting
Oh,
goalie.
he can be your backup because he's priced
Okay,
right.
but in like I said, last year
Get those notes out of here.
in game 3, he played 32 minutes before being pulled. In game 5, he played 36 before being pulled. And in game 6, he played 40 with
Stop
and then
looking
was
at that
pulled.
paper. I can see it from this angle. It's a parking ticket.
It is.
Stop referring to it as though you've taken
It's
notes.
not even real fact. No, but
Ron
that's real
McLean.
facts. And he was back. He was pulled a lot because he was bad.
I am a big Stu guy. He's just getting shelled in the series.
Well, it was sub 20 shots.
In terms of results against.
Yeah.
Not
He's-
shelled in
he's
shot
getting
volume
out-goalied. He's losing the goaltender battle.
by a sizable margin.
And we're losing the physical battle.
Do you think-
And we are losing the. Well, I guess it was Brock Besser's show last night.
Do you think it was smart not putting him in front of the media last night?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. I didn't have
Yeah.
a problem.
You
with that.
protect him from that?
That's helping Stu.
He's
Like
still young, man. Like he doesn't have his head fully
they'll
formed.
probably
Just the
they'll probably
optics
start
of that
Stu.
from a
That's my
Vancouver.
guess.
Yeah, I
They'll probably
probably
start Stu.
I would probably start Pickard tomorrow, but like they're going to start Stu, I would imagine.
So
I
you
would be
gotta win
I would
this- you
actually be
gotta-
stunned if they don't.
Connor McDavid's revenge game in game 4 is going to be.
They just can't.
I just don't even. Can I be honest? I don't even want the Connor McDavid revenge game.
Why?
Well, you do, but-
I want them to win 5-1 and have 5 different guys score
I want
goals.
the patch. I want
with
the
you.
Sorry, I cut you
Evander
off, DM.
Kane game. So Evander last night for not really getting on the score sheet and really he did draw a couple penalties. I mean, he played. He was
hit the post.
he hit the post. He was hitting. He was finishing his checks. You know what I would love to see is him and Perry.
I want them
and
to start looking
Fogle
for the hit,
to score. I'd like to have a 5-2 game where Leon and Connor get a point each. Is that a lot to ask? Right now, it feels like it.
Well, they'll probably get like they're just that good. They'll probably get 2 or 3.
But even the power play looked
oh man,
not great.
Well, because they
They
were
weren't
under
shooting at
pressure,
all.
and Vancouver was pretty good.
They were trying that down low play too much and cutting in. Like I don't understand that one. They had all kinds of space up top, and they were just kept down
It's
low
just-
and trying to force it in the middle.
It's funny and it's hard because it's such a fast game, but it's funny to just like hone in on one player if you were to watch it a second time. But like to watch Hyman back up and then all of a sudden go right to the post with his 2 feet like this, almost like a backboard. You know what I mean? Like for that pass across and then to like back up again. It works all from that right side, right? And when McDavid has it, obviously they find dry. He finds those fucking areas. I mean, banks it off the goalie. Like that is just great. But
So
when I saw Nuge over there, he would take the shot. It was a play killer and then would be down. And so I don't know, man. I don't know. Put Ekholm and Bush out there with Hyman, McDavid, and Dry.
I wouldn't be opposed to them switching up the top unit, but at the same point, they've been so good. Why would you?
I know, because they were 0 for 4 in the last 2 periods yesterday.
They were like 4 for 6 in the series going into the third.
They were gifted 2, like they had to convert on
in the third period. They got 2, and also it's worth noting that the second unit got the first power play goal.
Yep, that is correct. Good point.
I have another question for you, Bag Milk. I understand that you were a guest of my patron last night at the hockey game last series. You were in the loge. Did they have the bags of snack mix?
No.
Okay.
Like the popcorn with the
popcorn's there, but there's also a bag with a ribbon on it with like a peanut snack in it.
No.
Delicious. Some sort
bet
of
it would be.
barbecue.
It was popcorn and peanut M&Ms.
No, this is free in the load. Nothing's free. I mean, it's probably worth $800, but these little bags. So then I start going around because you know how these lousy riches don't know the value of $1.
Of
They were
course.
all leaving their snack mix around. So
Insanity.
fast forward to the end of the game. I've had 4 bags of this shit, and I take 2, and I'm walking home with them in my pockets. And I walk back to Wanye Manor from the arena. 6 bags of barbecue snack mix.
I respect it.
I know.
How long
No,
does
I
that
didn't
take
get any
you?
of that.
To get home?
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah, I won't walk up.
Oh, really?
What am I, Lance Armstrong with 2 testicles? I will walk home downhill. About 10, 15 minutes.
Sometimes
You get your steps for the
walking.
day, though.
Sometimes walking downhill is just as hard as walking uphill.
It's more jolting.
You got to hold yourself back.
There's that one by that Board and Brew Cafe, the real steep street in town. To walk up that is actually quite an effort.
Yeah, that's fair.
But walking down is breezy.
You guys see the prices at the Miami Grand Prix of F1 last
I
weekend?
posted that, Playboy.
Did you?
Yeah, it's like, but somebody messaged that said those are all for 4 people portions.
Oh,
Well, still, I'm not sure if I'm paying $50 for myself to have a portion of a fruit
is
platter.
it
$280 barbecue dish.
you could add a 1 ounce scoop of caviar to any
400.
dish for $400.
Is that all?
That's it.
US.
Can you believe?
Come on.
US.
Bargain.
Yeah, USD. That was the nice part about being in Vancouver and not in LA for this second round. It was like, at least the price on the menu is the price. You're not going to look at your credit card bill and be like, oh no, that's problematic.
This is a very down episode, and I really want to appreciate it on behalf of all the Oilers fans that are filled with barbecue snack mix like myself.
The Oilers are going to win tomorrow.
There we go.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'll rephrase it. They need to win tomorrow.
No, they're going to.
Okay, one more question about the hockey matches.
Oh, I'm
that
sorry,
have been
mean
played.
cowboy Chris. What would you like to talk
I'm not
about?
being mean to these guys. I'm just saying what I see. And right now, if you're not down today, then you're a better man than me because this morning I woke up, my energy level's on about 3, and I had a great sleep right after the game. I just am feeling a little bit less excited about the day when we have a loss.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? Leaving Rogers' place last night was even getting out of parking lots, people had less patience. With each
People
other.
are not letting you in. But so when you guys watch, and this is the most amount of playoff hockey I think I've watched in years. The Buffalo, Florida series, the New York, Carolina series look different than the Oilers, Vancouver series. They look faster.
I haven't seen a Buffalo series in 13 years.
Did I say Buffalo?
Yeah.
I meant
What?
Carolina, New York. What did I say?
Buffalo. They've made the
Sorry.
Boston,
Boston,
Florida.
Florida, New York Hurricanes. They're fast. Like there was times in the game last night where it looked like it was a slow motion.
Also, earlier in the show, you said Kane should go fight Cece and BM.
No, Susi.
Well, you said
You said
Cece.
CC, and I agreed with it, actually.
Yeah.
Well, whatever gets
Very
the
funny.
boys going, it gets the people going.
A little cage rage?
Come on.
That Carolina,
It's provocative.
that Carolina New York series has been the best one.
It's awesome.
And it's like much closer than.
Did you know Mika Zibanejad is a legit musical artist?
Yep.
The DJ.
He's a DJ,
Z-Bad.
but he's-
Like makes his own songs or remixes.
Somebody played a song for me and said that he was singing on it, and it wasn't bad.
DJ Z-Bad.
So, best musical artist in the NHL, Matt Duchene or Mika Zibanejad?
Jada.
I'll hang up and listen.
The Wiggles have put out a house album. you know this?
No.
Parent of a young child.
No.
Straight up.
Wiggles House Music. They got real producers. They did real songs.
So it-
Make
house
your
version.
bed.
Holy shit. The Wiggles sound
your
system.
milk.
Rave of Innocence is the title.
There it is, baby. Rage of Innocence.
We were listening to this weekend. This bangs.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Feel the monkey?
Legally can't play any more than that, but I like Rave of Innocence is.
Good, man.
Wait, what was the first line in
we're
that?
gr-
Feel the monkey?
I don't know. Rockabye Your Bear. Oh, the hot potato version. That's got a bang.
Hot potato. What about Nog Nog Nog? Can you remember that track back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Chris Shepherd days.
all right.
What kind of music are you listening to with a 2-year-old?
Wiggles House.
Is it? Yeah.
Dude, a lot of backyardigans.
Yeah, a lot of Aqua. We knew that one.
Yeah, Aqua's
Dude, backyardigans is bangs, as the young kids like Tyler say.
I did, and I was just talking about them too. I don't know.
So, do we need to talk about the ending of that game, or are we good?
Susie's got to get suspended.
Why?
Because he cross-checked a guy in the face.
throat.
He was falling down.
Intentionally?
Don't
matter.
care. Oh my
if I go
god.
to shoot
What
you
would
in the
you
leg
rather? What would
and
you?
fall down and I blow your head off? It's still murder.
Let's have a little game. Would you rather?
Fair.
Would you rather have him get suspended, whatever, or him get a $5,000 fine, just like Zadorov did, and he gets, you know that this is going to happen, but he gets his ass kicked by Evander Kane first shift. Of the
No, but here's the thing. I don't want Susi in the lineup because I don't want him to be a distraction. I don't want the Oilers to be running around trying to get him all game. I think that'll rattle them and throw them off. They're incapable of doing that.
I want a response because this
That I
team has
want.
showed no jam, and that is an opportunity to get the hand over the series back.
I disagree.
I want a
Well,
response
you
as
don't
well.
fucking understand playoff hockey.
I understand
Whoa.
the need for a response. That's a
The
garbage
emotional
play.
Can I give you a
What did I
quote
do to
from
catch
somebody?
that kind of heat?
Can I give you?
I'm just
After
saying.
the game is done and he cross-checked the best player in the league in the throat.
I'm going to
Yes.
give you a quote from
There
somebody
needs
who
to be a response.
I know.
Suspension.
Because maybe
Response.
Warren Fogel will wake the fuck up.
You think
Maybe
Warren
Ryan
Fogel's
McLeod
going to
will
do
wake
it?
the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Ryan McLeod's just jonesing to get his lick in on Carson
I'm
Susi.
not saying to do that, but maybe once the emotional balance has been restored in the proper team's favor, and we've got the hand over the series, maybe McLeod feels more confident. Maybe Fogel wakes up. These are types of things. Their response this is a defining moment
If
in
you,
this series.
the
If we
response
just
to me
lay
would be-
down and do nothing, then we've lost the series.
running at Quinn Hughes like they were doing in game 1 or 2. I don't remember which one it was. That's what I would rather see than going after Susie. I'd
Yeah.
rather see Susie out of the lineup,
What are you gonna say, Charles?
intent or not.
just a quote from
There was no
a
intent.
friend
there.
of
That's
mine
the
who
thing I want to get
I
across.
trust and knows hockey. My last thing about Nugent-Hopkins, he said that there are players that get you to the playoffs, and they are players that help you win the playoffs.
How are we back on
What are we
Nuge?
talking about?
Just saying. Hey, listen, because we talk about this stuff and what JR is saying about like an answer and being able to change the tides with some fights, some physical play. It's not nonsense, man. It's literally the answer, in my opinion.
If you allow me to do some research, I could probably come with 10 examples of series defining.
Dude, give the one example on that was on the group chat today.
Well, you give it because I don't know.
Washington Capitals. I don't know the exact situation, but the Washington Capitals are down.
Oh.
Something really shitty happens at the end of game 2, and
Orpik got done dirty, and TJ Oshie, who doesn't fight, fought that guy the next game, and then they won the series in 5.
checkmate.
And Nuge sucks. Chalmers wanted to slide that in there randomly.
He's trying to take his Nuge shots wherever he can. Nuge is a $5 million winger.
I own 3 jerseys, 3 Oilers jerseys.
Messier?
One I hang up because it's signed by the greatest hockey player that ever lived, Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
To Chris, your friend, Wayne Gretzky.
He meant it.
The other 2 jerseys I own are my favorite player of all time, Mark Messier, greatest captain in team sports,
Signed?
and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I do not dislike this man, but the people that you love the most in your life, you have to hold the highest accountability of because they are the ones you expect and you need the most from.
I'm not saying he's playing well.
That is what I'm doing here with
But
Nuge.
sure.
Nobody else will say it.
Sure.
'Cause everybody just loves him. Keep Nuge forever.
I love the Nuge.
Or just until what? He breaks our hearts again?
But well, Nuge might.
Again.
Who knows? Nuge might be spicy tomorrow.
He has
Nuge
been
is
some
way
of
more
those.
likely to fight than a bunch of other guys that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Wait, Kane, Darnell, Desharnais.
We were talking about Warren
and Carrick?
Fogle before. He's not going to do shit.
No, those are the
I
four
was just
guys.
saying,
Those are
Ryan
the four.
McLeod might as well go
going.
play in the parking lot.
I said both those
won't be
names.
shit.
The parking lot.
I said both those names not to fight. That hopefully this wakes them up
We
So
look.
you don't think Susi should get a game?
because it wasn't like it. The end result is bad.
He cross-checked up, though. He was getting head no matter
But
where he
that-
connected.
No,
Pause.
If Connor was standing, which when that was his intent, he's in the chest.
It's after the game is over.
He
I know,
just
but
had
Connor
slashed
just
him.
Slashed him.
and then he slashed him back.
So that's what I'm saying. Connor slashed him. Expect a response. The unfortunate thing is Zadorov did the bad thing.
I can't believe
Push
you're
him into
defending
that.
Susi's
We're not.
actions.
We're
here.
not. We're not. We're
That is
asking for
crazy
a
to me.
call to arms here.
I'm
Yeah,
just-
that's fine. Get him the fuck out of
I'm
game
just,
4.
I'm just saying Susi had no intent to injure there. He was just trying to get him in the
Hey.
chest.
Drunk drivers don't have intent to hit people with their cars.
Yeah, no,
Good ones, dude.
Wow.
fair. So now
That's bringing a gun to a knife.
So that's why he's gonna get suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He should.
But I'm saying he did do it maliciously.
No, I'm not saying he did, but he did it.
But
Boy.
Zadorov coming in, that was the dirty play. But
I
once
agree.
again, that's a reaction to
Yeah,
him
Zadorov-
hacking Susi.
Zadorov is public enemy number one.
I don't
And then
think
the other
Susi
issue
did
is,
it
and this
on
is something that
purpose.
was in our group chat. Connor just took something very like that looked terrible. I
Yeah.
thought he was toast.
Yeah.
When you saw that happen in real time,
I thought he lost teeth. I thought his
The
head,
freeze frame Zach Lang tweeted of McDavid's face like crumpled up with a stick in his neck was
and
very funny.
his upper body going one way and his lower body going the other.
How come no
Dude,
one
that's
is
the-
jumping Susi or Zadorov?
As long as they don't get
I
a
agree.
that's an instant suspension.
Also, like you were down in that area of the ice. I didn't see it happen at first because there was so much shit going
I
on.
didn't see it
After
happening.
the whistle. Isn't
No,
that-
last 5
isn't
minutes.
After the whistle, a whole different thing.
Last
than-
5 minutes of the game, if you get an instigator, you're gone. That's what happened to Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, but you don't have to fight him.
But
to jump
remember,
him.
the other 4 times it's happened in NHL history, they've rescinded the penalty. Yeah, it's like
yeah, it looks
Guillotine.
terrible.
I don't have any doubt that Susi did not mean to hit him in the throat, but the reality is that he did hit him in the
Yeah,
throat,
and that's why he'll get suspended.
and he should.
Rafi Torres would tell you I was aiming for the chest every time, but he didn't.
Well, he's got quite the rap sheet.
Well, Carson Susi's from Irma, so think about that.
Something to think about.
Yeah, that should
Nobody's
factor
talking
in.
about that.
All right. Okay. Let's wrap up the show with a little bit of betting talk for
By
our
the way, the
friends.
Oilers are going to win tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
There we go.
my money, I'm going. This is my life on the line money line bet.
Shout out to our friends at Bet365. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. So whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 and use the promo code Oily Bonus. Oily Bonus is the promo code. Jay, do you want to take an early stab? Guess the money line for
Breaking.
tomorrow.
Carson Susi suspended 1 game.
See you later, Susi.
Well, that'll move the line. Minus Oilers are minus
140.
140?
140. That's what numbers in my head.
What's the money line tomorrow?
Yeah.
150, yes.
What's the Oilers
I'm
money
going to
line?
say minus 140.
The Oilers have opened as minus 210 favorites against the Vancouver Canucks in Game 4.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry,
let's think like a betting
I meant
slide.
to say
So-
minus 180 because they were minus 200. I thought they were minus 150 last game. They're minus-
If you're bet 365 and you're handicapping this matchup, how are you coming to minus 210? Well,
It's because they know the
goalie
Oilers are gonna
controversy,
show up.
check. Best players in the league, not really. Whole bottom 9 not
Very-
performing, check.
Absolutely no depth scoring.
No
God.
depth scoring, check. But hey, it's a must win. Everyone's from now on
They
a must win.
They know the Oilers are going to respond to everything that happened last
Wow,
night.
home ice advantage really carrying a lot of weight right now here.
It's also a function of the betting too, right? If they
Sure.
know
Yeah.
that they're going to open up with a lot of Oilers bets, they're going to make their odds.
Do you want to take a guess? What do you think Connor McDavid over half a point is on Bet365?
Minus 700.
450.
5.
Minus 950.
Hey, look, Bet365 is way more confident in the Oilers than we are, and I love it. I'm going to take my cue from them and turn.
365.
Okay, so to wrap up the pod, let's be positive.
We are now.
Yeah, Oilers are
So-
going to win. They just better.
Nugent-Hopkins goal tomorrow.
You know when you have a fight
Yes,
with your
they
wife?
better show up.
So we've actually been very, very good.
Good point.
We've been very, very good with our Bet365 same gamers.
Yeah, we've been same game.
We've been
like
good.
Bench.
So let's build one up here to wrap up the pod and manifest some positivity heading into tomorrow night. So we're going to throw in money line and then everyone go around. Tell me one thing you think is going to happen tomorrow.
Fogel goal.
Fogel goal.
Nuge over half a point.
BM?
I'm gonna go nude shots, whatever that is.
Nude shots and a nude point. Where do I got to go to get all these? Very easy. Show Bet365. Nude point.
That's a heart bet right there, baby.
Nuge over 2.5 shots.
I got to tear him down before I put my arms back around him and build him back
You're
up.
Earl Woods. You know, you raised champions,
I
Chalmers.
raised champions.
I subscribe to your.
I raised winners over here.
That's right.
I'm going to go Connor McDavid goal. Wanye, anything you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
I think Connor's going to go absolutely off. I, for the record, haven't said a negative word about the team this entire podcast. I think they're going to win the series still. And
That's
advance.
because
I do too.
Oilers in 6.
You're a hopeless optimist.
Oilers in 6, but they have to win tomorrow.
Oiler, like
Meaningfully.
the Oilers are gonna win tomorrow. I just
Oilers
think that
puck line.
So you're saying
Last
that
night
in
was
order to win in
frustrating.
6, they have to win
Oilers
tomorrow?
puck line tomorrow.
All right.
Tyler and I were live betting the comeback last night. We
were.
joint live bet the comeback last night. So I believe
Did anybody catch this on the broadcast? The guy say, it's not about how many you get, it's when you get them. About goals and winning a game.
makes sense.
I
That
was
makes no
like,
sense.
well,
Well, to a point, like I think if I'm breaking that down for a second, it's
Yeah.
like in the first period, the Oilers looked like they were starting to mount a little bit of like pushback in terms of the play on ice. And then a goal happens like bang and just kills the momentum.
Yeah.
So I
The
kind of
timing.
buy it.
Yep.
The timing of it.
Just quickly to finish up our Bet365 segment, if you want to ride with us, puck line, McDavid goal, Fogel goal, Nuge point, Nuge over 2.5 shots pays 45 to 1.
who put the Fogel goal in there?
Jay.
Wow. You really want us to lose this one, huh? Just kidding. Just kidding. It's all positive from here.
You'll thank
Listen,
me for- you'll
little rant
thank me
fest
when
with
it
the
hits, 'cause
boys.
it's the
You
juice.
say something nice
Nothing
about Ryan
gets you-
Nugent-Hopkins now.
boys.
I believe that with his facial hair, he would make one hell of a beatnik
That is
at a
true.
poetry at the Sugar Bowl.
It's slam poetry night.
Yeah, at Slam Poetry Night
Nuge.
with a sideways Kangol hat on and an artist easel
You're
next to
thinking
him.
of
I think
yourself
he
at
would.
the moment, Chalmers. You're remembering your youth.
I would also like to say something nice about Stuart Skinner.
Mhm.
His accountability this morning was wonderful.
That was good.
What do you say?
He apologized for number one, not going in front of the media last night. Said the emotions got the best of him. Said he let his teammates down. He wants to be better going forward.
Start him.
I think they will. I personally would start Pickard, but I think Knobloch's going to start Skinner.
Here,
Like, if you look back on a Stanley Cup winning season,
aside from Stu's
it should
play,
be Stu. But we got to win.
everything in the media, the commercials, great. I love this man. I love Stuart Skinner. I think he has all the makings of somebody, but he just, whatever is the thing holding him back, he has to figure it out and fucking now, right this minute. Time is running out for us if he doesn't figure it out.
TikTok.
TikTok.
We're only down 2-1, and
Yeah.
and we've come back. I know
That's what I mean. It's like feels
come
like
back.
it's down 3-1 right now.
But it does, doesn't it? Doesn't like it?
It feels worse than it is.
Like, we have not played good at all this series.
Nope.
And that's what's annoying.
They've had pockets. There's never been like no 60.
Yeah, we can't. We got to string together even 50 minutes.
Mhm.
We haven't been able to do that, and so like that, it hurts my confidence.
Tomorrow they got to up the urgency right from the
I don't
puck
know
drop.
if we win this in 6 or 7. I know that we win it, but I do know
Well,
that we
then
win the
it
next
has to
2
be in
games.
6 or
I
7.
know. No, I know that we win the next. I'm just saying I don't know
Oh.
which one it's going to be. I just know that we're going to win the next 2. I fucking
Yeah,
I
they gotta go
know
win-
that.
they got to go into Vancouver.
I have
I'm
the
glad I
utmost.
fast forwarded in this podcast from about 15 minutes ago to the end when we're all wrapping up positively. That's why I listen to the end of these
They've
things.
got it, but you got to. It's like a grieving process. Like last night was so disappointing. You
I actually
wake up.
feel better.
Yeah,
so do
it's
I.
Therapeutic.
So do I. We got to yell at each other. That's
Yeah,
fun.
It's therapy.
It did get I thought it was going to get real spicy. Jay said, I don't know what I'm talking about at one point or something like that, or I'm a moron or an idiot. Like, it was crazy.
But I that was an emotional response.
So that means all of us
I
have got
want
to
the Oilers
share.
to bring emotions tomorrow.
All of
When
us got to
they-
share a hotel room tonight. That's
when
the
they
only
go
answer.
when they go back to game 5 in Vancouver, who handles the
That's a throw.
Pickard or Skinner better? That's who I put in. Who can handle that better? Who's mentally-
No, we only
No,
know.
I know.
Do you honestly think if you saw 20 playoff games from Calvin Pickard, you'd fall at the other end being like, that's the one?
No, I said I'm Team Stu. I want
Yeah.
Stu. I want to ride with the one that brought me.
Calvin Pickard's a wonderful man, I'm sure. But Stuart Skinner is our guy.
Yeah.
I'd think he probably, night off.
No.
I think the Oilers go back to Stu tomorrow.
Yeah.
He looked great when they put him in back in.
Oh, I thought you
third.
said you wanted him to have a night off next game.
You see
Yeah,
that
it does.
skate to
I
the
would
bench?
start
Fuck, it was
Pickard, but
fast.
I thought I think Knobloch's going to go with Skinner.
All right.
And I actually think Skinner's going to prove me wrong. What do you think about that one? Yeah,
I hope
double
you don't.
dose of positivity.
So we're doing exactly what we did last year.
That's right.
Who has more points in this series right now, Quinn Hughes or Bouchard?
Oh, Boosh.
So I guess that
That's
2018 draft
that's a
is
straight guess, but Boosh.
I'll say probably Bush too. Yeah, I'll just blindly believe that.
picked 4 spots after Quinn Hughes in the 2018 draft.
All right. Well, one guy's going to have a Norris, so
Yeah.
damn. All right. That's a wrap on the pod. Shout out to Bet365 and Great Clips. We'll be back on Thursday.